Alrighty guys, so we are back to do our leaf and our flower. This is part 2. So instead of using just the bright green, I added a little bit of wasabi in here to make it a little lighter. And then I took a purple and I made it so that it was a number 5, but I added some black in it. You don't want to add black with a green because you'll end up getting a bronze color. So for now, we are just going to cut our leaf. And I'm doing it one by one because if I don't, I really mess them up. Okay, and then we're just going to add some purple on the edges of that. And again, this is at a number 5 on the purple. I just want a little dark edge around it. Maybe really dark, but hopefully it'll look okay. Okay, so we're going to leave that there because I'm going to need that a couple more times. Yeah, I know it kind of looks funky right now, but so we're going to do another one right there. I think we'll give it a little bit of a space in between. I need to go a little bigger. And then we're going to need 2 more actually, so hopefully I have enough to do 2 more. Because I don't want to mix this color again. Must be that time to take the dogs for a walk because I've got both of them in here. It's just waiting for me to finish. So if they begin barking, it might be a little loud. So far, I'm impressed. This is so far the first video that I haven't heard them bark. I probably should have kept my mouth shut. Okay, so that's number 2. And your circle's gonna get all funky on you. That's okay. That's gonna happen no matter what. Okay, I'm gonna just do the 3rd one right there. Okay. And hopefully I need 2 more of these. And I know that this is streaked a little bit, but that's okay because there's going to be purple right around it. So I'm going to grab all the little chunks here. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to get it back into its little circle shape. I feel like I may have put this one on upside down though. So help me out. I did. I did. Okay. Much better. Okay, and then we need to put a center right there. Okay, I'm going to try and make it a little bit more round here. Okay, and then when we cut it, we're going to cut it right here at an angle. Just go for your center like that and go sideways. I'm trying to make sure that it's even. Okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to turn that like that. Okay, so we need one more of these. This one I'm going to make it a 0. As far as size, because it's going to be in the middle. Okay, now I just need to get a little more purple to get on both sides of there. So I've got all these little scraps right here. So let me run these through, but not with the green. And again, we want this at a number 5. Okay. He just wants to stick. Cut this so that it's even here. The only problem when you do your leaves is sometimes they just, because of the way you cut it, it kind of deforms everything, so it deforms all those lines. So hopefully it's all one piece. And then again, what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this one with some gold. But then I'm going to put that strip of green afterwards. Okay, don't need a whole lot. So right here on the bottom is that's where I'm going to put the strip. And that way I know where to keep it straight. Okay, so that is that. So we're going to hit pause and reduce this one really quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are ready to cut into our leaf now. Okay, so I know it doesn't really look like a leaf. Well, it does, but not quite. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little, just a little piece right here. And basically you're going to take where your petals go up, like that. And there you go. Okay, so now you have a leaf to go with these. So now I've got two. And now the last thing is going to be the flower. So this is just a blended flower. I don't know who made the technique. Everybody has made it, as far as I know. So I don't know who to give credit to. Again, not one of my canes, but I'm going to use it today. And on a blended blended flower, it's I don't know, it's either 5 or 6 leaves that you can use. Okay, but you're just gonna put a cover or color over probably about half of it, and then you're gonna squish it into like rectangle pieces, and then you're just gonna keep cutting and stretching and cutting and stretching. I think we did something pretty close to this the other day. So here's a little bit of purple. Let's see if we have enough. Got a little bit of peacock pearl on here, so I'm just going to blend it a little bit. Might make an actually better looking purple. Alright, so now we're going to use a number 0, make it at the thickest setting. Okay, so, yep, we got enough. So all we're going to do is just blend our sides a little bit. Guess it would help if I had a straight side to work with. Okay, so you're just going to go halfway. And then I got to add that green because of the fact that everything is rotating around these 3 colors. So we're going to get some more bright green here. And this is also going to be at a number 0 or the thickest side of your machine. And I was just thinking of how thick I want this. So this is about 2.5. So 1 1/4 maybe on this. Go half that size. Okay, so we're gonna fold this in half and then bring it down. It doesn't have to be perfect again. So that's about 1 1/4 right there. I want it kind of in the middle. Good enough. All right, so that's done. So now you're going to just stretch it. And try and keep it straight. And just start getting it more into like a rounded square. My blue is a little bit, it's harder than the rest of the clay, so I'm finding that I have to really push. And I like to work in 1.5, as you know, so I'm going to take this to, I don't know, about 6 inches if I can. Okay, so we got a little bit more of that green on that side, so I'm going to kind of push this down a little bit so my center is a little bit different. So we're going to cut off at the end. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just want to make sure that I got enough. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is where it kind of gets tough on your fingers. But now you're going to squish all that up. And so there's a couple different ways you can make this. Just look for a watercolor flower, a blended flower. Let's see, Susan Bailey calls it a, I think it's a pencil flower, something like that. So if you do a search, you can find all different ways of setting it up. You can wrap it too. So I have made them before to where I just made it as a bullseye and that purple went all the way around. And by putting it all together with the blue and the purple all around, it gives you almost the same look. That's how I normally make them, is with the bullseye and just covering the whole thing, turning it into a square, and then cutting it in 4. But I really wanted this green into it, so I kind of did it different this time. And then you can depend on, or you can do it as long as you want and how blended you want. Okay, so see how you got it right now, right? All right, so I'm liking that. But before I put it into a flower petal, I will cover it with the purple. And so we can define our petals. And I'm sorry for all the shaking. That's because my camera is set up on my workbench. So as I move, it moves. Okay. So then you just got to decide. I think that's about half because there's some bad part. You got to decide how much you want to blend. Okay, so there we go. I think one more. I'm going to do one more. And I made this a little small, which might have been a mistake because I do have a lot of waste here. So we're just going to cut this in half now. I'm just going to cut it right there because I might be able to still use that. You really can. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it. I don't think I want to go any farther than that. Okay. So this is going to be the center of our flower. Okay. So now we're going to take some, I think we're going to wrap it in purple. So let me grab some more purple, and of course I'm out of purple. Hopefully I have a little bit more in my arsenal, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, that's what happens when you have a pandemic. You buy a lot of clay. This is actually very soft, so this cannot be from that same stash. If it is, I'm shocked. Okay, so now we're going to keep some of that green showing. Oop. I don't know how I managed to do that. So that's where we want that. Okay, and then we're going to make this a 5 petal because I don't think I'm going to be able to go to a 6, which is my preference. So let me reduce this to, what do I need, 5 pieces at 1.5. So that's, whoa, what, 9 inches? 9 inches will give me 6. So I guess we can try and go 7.5. If it looks like I can go a little longer, then I'll go all the way to 9 inches. And then I got to figure out what kind of a center I want to put in there. So let me reduce this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I could go to 9, but I'm not because it's going to make this flower really teeny. So we're just going to go to the 7.5. Okay. I used the wrong blade side there. I must have used the wrong blade because I don't think I made it that unnoticeable, basically. There we go. Okay, I did. I used the wrong size. Okay, so I still need an inside. So I'm going to take this, and this isn't going to be wrapped with anything. It's just going to be all put together in one cane. So what happens... I don't know. Make some kind of a funky cane right there in the center. I don't think we could probably make a spiral, because if I spiral it this way, you are not going to see any of the other colors. So if I do it this way though, this is called when you're too lazy to make a center of your flower, you improvise, right? And I don't quite know how big I need this as far as width. You know what? I think just a straight green in the center is going to be fine. Let's just work out all those little air bubbles. Okay, so we just need to go a little smaller, and then we're going to make our petals a little pointier. Okay, so that's why we left that green showing, was so we knew exactly where to pinch. And it's something that I forget to do a lot. Okay. So I know I'm out of camera, but I'm just working on the petals. I'm not doing anything fancy or anything that I need to worry that you're watching it. Okay, just squishing them up. I mean, I'm gonna squish all these together anyways, but I don't want to have to squish too much, which is why I keep going big in here and I keep going smaller and smaller and smaller. Because when you work with 5 petals and you're not using any translucent to fill up the center, then you're going to have to pull your petal towards you in order for them to come together. So I think that's about as far as we're going to go there. Okay, and as you can see, He's moving around a little too much for my liking. Turn him back over. There we go. Okay, so now you're just going to kind of get him in a circle. This side doesn't look as pretty as the other side. Okay, so that's it. And since this is my last cane for a while, you will probably see me working on these 3 canes very soon. Because we are probably going to slice it all up, all at once, and make some cool things with it. So this one I'm not going to go too small. Just going to leave it as is. I'm just going to take my ends down to match up that center. Do I want to put gold on this? Might be a little too late, but since gold has been the theme this entire time, let's go ahead and add a little bit of gold to it. And then I am going to go off to the wild blue yonder, take my dogs for a walk. I have a new storage container if you're a beater. It was advertised, it wasn't advertised, somebody was talking about it on their YouTube channel. She's a beater. And I saw the preview, and so I took a look at it, and it's called, the company's called art.com. And they're these adorable, kind of like storage systems for if you do those dot paintings, you know, the little tiny rhinestones that you put in your painting. It's all different colors, they're plastic. But it was storage for that. But it carried 32 bottles, clear plastic bottles, in a shelf. And there were 3 high. I'll have to show it to you when I get mine back in here. They were 3 high. I got the 9 set. It cost me like $48. And I got 288 of those little bottles. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slide-ins. So it basically has a set of 3 on top, and then you can attach them to the other 3. It's a really cool setup. Just go to art.com and you'll find them. So I got those, and I literally filled up 288 bottles last night. So, but I got rid of, I don't know if you remember those little crafter storage things. They came in it was a cloth cover, and you open it up and it had 4 of those storage. You can still get them at Michael's, but they just take so much room, and I can't see everything that's in them. And so I'm hoping this will be better to kind of store things in. But they were really cool. What scared me was when I paid with PayPal, it came back with Chinese writing with a person's name, and I'm like, oh God, I just bought something from China. Okay, 6 to 8 weeks. I guess I'm not in a hurry for them. Well, they came in 2 days. I ordered them on the 16th, and I got them on the 18th. So that was extremely surprising. I was not expecting that. And so, yeah, instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing last night, I kind of reorganized, which is what I spend most of my time doing anyways. So anyways, there's our flower. I think I used the wrong blade. Okay, you just go in here like this. And you probably would do this before you cut it, but I didn't. Okay, and so you got your nice little petal flower. So those are that. And I know it looks funky when it's like that. And that's probably because I put a really thin cover of purple on the outside. So if you want more of a, not a base, of an outline, go ahead and go a little thicker than me. Okay, so now you got your little flowers. So we've got this, we have that, and we have our fancy leaf. So hopefully we'll be able to make some really cute beads with all three of these. And I guess we will talk to you, I don't know when. I will be on YouTube, but I'm just not making canes. So if you still want to hang around and watch that, fantastic. I don't think I'm going to videotape everything that I do, because instead of focusing on what I'm trying to make, I'm more focusing on keeping you guys in view. And sometimes it kind of distracts me or whatever the process, because I'm always worried about, okay, can they see this? Is my head in the way? Instead of just doing what I got to do. So I will see you hopefully soon. And I hope you enjoy these next two videos. I don't know if I showed you these, but I guess I better show you these before I end. So these were something I found on Amazon. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know how they made these, but you're definitely going to have to resize them. Okay, that's how they came. So it will fit my wrist. So we'll have to see how far it is. But I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys know her. Meg Newberg had a video on her YouTube channel. And she had these bangles. Oh my God, I can't get it off. And it's like digging into my artery over here. So I'm going to take it off on this side. Oh my gosh. Death by a bangle bracelet, right? But where she got hers, she gave me the link. It was on Etsy. And it's got these little crimp on the bottom here. So these sit a little bit higher. And it's kind of like one of those long crimps when you're doing seed beads and stuff like that. So she didn't use any glue. She just put her veneer. She baked it first. And so it was thin and flexible. And then she just slid them into there. So I definitely want to make a couple of those, because I've got a ton of flowers. And I don't know what to do with them. The other thing I got, which I don't think I showed you. I may have. If I did, excuse me if I'm showing you again. I ordered some more flowers. So remember how much I love these roses and how wonderfully detailed they were. I didn't care for the big one. I didn't care for the small one. So I did order a 3-pack of those, all in the same size. Now I'm not going to be able to find any of them. But I got these cute little birds, like little tweet birds. So I want to go ahead and make some studs with this. I've got some button molds. Really cool. But they're really thin. And that's the only thing that I'm upset about, is these are a lot thinner. I could see using resin with it. But polymer clay, I don't know, because they are real thin. This is another flower. I don't know which flower this is. I don't know if you can really see them. This is another button. This is a giraffe. Wouldn't that be cute? So, oh, you know what? Might as well try that one. These are some Kayla lilies. We have some leaves. If you get their leaves, don't get the real small ones, because they are literally extremely small. And I thought I had one more rose. Oh, there's my rose. It must have came out. So I got those medium size. They're not as detailed as this one was. I think this one I got from Tiny Pandora. They look good, but these have a little bit more of a sharper edge on the medium. But they still look good. So really quick, before I let you go, I got to try that giraffe. I really have to try it. So I have some brown here, right? And this was another one of those. It was going to be a flower, but we didn't finish it. This is going to be a funky giraffe, and it would probably be something that I would paint. And yeah, this clay's been sitting here all week. So it's not the softest. figured I had so much fun with that other mold, I'd try it, and then I have a feeling I'm not going to be as happy. Because then you start buying a big amount, and then their molds don't work. So I'm hoping that's not what's going to happen today, but that's just the way I think sometimes. It always goes good when you do it for the first time, and then, yeah. And again, these aren't really thick. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how these are going to work, but we're just going to do a real quick one here. Yeah, nope, it's really thin, and I think you really need some pretty conditioned clay. But anyways, so this would be our zebra. I would probably do it in a little bit of tan, and then I would go in and paint everything. So this is going to be interesting, but as you can see, look how thin it is. Which might be great for earrings, but I don't know. I don't know. We're going to play around with that, and I'll let you know what happens. So you guys have a wonderful week, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. We'll talk to you then. Bye.